Announcing the commencement of the first purge.
I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Just remember all the good the purge does.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, it will be by the time I upload anyway. It is July 21st, 2018. Yeah, look at this lovely sight on your screen. I figured it out. Why people are walking away from the left. I mean, this right here is the face and body of the left. And this is the representative for for those people. This is on DCClothesline.com. Morbidly obese feminist, that's the word I was looking for, the face of feminism, poses in bikini in Times Square, then complains of being objectified. I don't see how women, and I'm sorry ladies, but how can you complain about being objectified when you wear clothes that objectify you? I mean, a nice blouse with a little tiny cleavage and some jeans, you know, that's conservative right there, but anything beyond that, you're objectifying yourself when you wear these bikinis and oh God. Let's see what this has to say. So, an important concept in feminism is the objectification of men, or of women, dehumanizing a woman by treating her as a commodity or object of sexual desire, without regard to her personhood or dignity. Well, do they regard their personhood and their dignity? Can they even claim to have any dignity when they look like this and then have the nerve to dress in a bikini showing all but the boobs and vaginal area? Now, if she were fat in the right places, we might clap and cheer, you know, boobs and a big old behind, but this is not the case. So, she has complained that that she was being objectified by people who have fetishes. So a morbidly obese feminist named Anna O'Brien objectifies herself by posing in a bikini in New York's Times Square, then complains that she's being objectified. Amanda, some shit I can't pronounce, reports for the Daily Wire that on July 2nd, 2018, feminist activist and author Anna O'Brien decided to strip down to a bikini and pose in the middle of busy Times Square to prove, well, it wasn't entirely clear what she wished to prove. But now O'Brien is fiery mad because some men in Times Square sexually objectified her. And this was on her Instagram. Yesterday, I did the scariest thing I have ever done in my 30-plus years. I stood in Times Square in a bikini and posed for a photo shoot. In the beginning, I felt really overwhelmed, not because I was mocked, but because I was so extremely sexualized by a few men who were watching. In a piece she penned for the slutty magazine Cosmopolitan, O'Brien complains that she was prepared to be pointed at, shamed, and called fat, but she didn't expect to be fetishized. She claims men in Times Square yelled at her, "I want to suck those," I was going to say nasty toes, but they said tasty toes. Hey baby, let me butter them biscuits for you. And twerk for the camera, baby. Show them how to slap that ass, or how that ass claps. Wow. Times Square isn't the only public place O'Brien has posed. Here are some other pics of her in a bikini and a bonus pic of her in exercise clothes from her Instagram account. I find it very hard to believe this bitch does any kind of fucking exercise. The only exercise she's doing is lifting her fork or her chicken or whatever she happens to be slopping down at any given time to her mouth. That is the extent of this bitch's exercise. Apparently, the new wave of feminism is fat pride, being proud of being obese. And there are many, many, many articles about this. Obese is roughly 30 pounds over a healthy weight. Morbidly or severely obese is 100 or more pounds over a healthy weight. There's nothing empowering about being obese. Simply put, obesity is unhealthy and life-threatening. I mean, how can they claim obesity is fucking healthy when the motherfuckers can barely stand up and walk through Walmart? They can barely get off their carts. But you can see their legs and knees buckling under the extreme weight of their fat asses. Extra weight takes a huge toll on health, increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, many types of cancers, sleep apnea, and other debilitating and chronic illnesses. Obesity also increases the risk of senile dementia and reduces life expectancy by 6 to 7 years. And of course, when you go into the supermarket, you see these fat asses. I mean, just like her. I'm not talking about the chubby people or anything like that. I'm talking about people that look like this, okay? Like this. We'll keep her on the screen. Ooh, man, she's hot. But you see these fat asses, and they're rascals, or using their walkers, barely able to step outside of their car. You'll see them in Walmart or any given store, and they always have case upon case of diet soda, which is worse than regular soda. I mean, much worse. Aspartame, it doesn't help. It increases your chance of being a fat ass. You see them with sugar-free this, sugar-free that. None of that shit is going to make your fat asses skinny. The only thing that that's going to make you skinny is, well, number one, don't eat so much. So, and another thing, hiking, bike riding, swimming, walking, getting up off your fat ass and getting from in front of the TV is another great way to lose weight. Yeah, I have the opposite problem. Although I have gained about 10 pounds since I've put a little more effort towards it, I'm too skinny, and that's not quite as bad as being obese. But I've made great effort to eat more than 3,000 calories a day so I can put some meat on my own bones. But this, goodness gracious, I mean, that bitch's leg is almost as big around as my entire body. I mean, just look at that leg. I mean, can you imagine being in the apocalypse and stumbling across a fat, decaying body like this? The fucking smell, the stench that it would cause. Just that one single body would stink. I mean, I've killed a rat in my yard and left it there because I didn't want to pick that shit up. It was a good long rat when I lived out in the country, and I can smell that nasty shit from the front door, and it was in the backyard. Can you imagine how far away from this body you would smell it? And with every step, the stench getting stronger and stronger, and the stink infiltrating your every fiber, your every sense. Then of course, this is all leftist propaganda. This is the kind of shit the left supports, promotes. You know, maybe if people in this woman's life told her, you know, it's probably not a good idea for you to keep slopping down all these mashed potatoes, gravy, and fried chicken, because, girl, you're putting on some pounds pretty goddamn quick. Maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't end up being a mound of rotting carcass stinking up 10 city blocks when shit hits the fan. Maybe she would actually be healthy enough to carry her fat ass to, I don't know, a bug out location, or maybe just the mountains. But no, not this one. And many like her, they're gonna be all turned over and they're rascals and stinking up city blocks and just decaying there on the sidewalk or street, or maybe the grocery aisle. I guess it'd be good eating for some cannibals, but I don't think I would partake in that. That's just nasty. It makes me want to puke. Anyway, thought I'd share this joke with you. I hope everyone has a great day. And remember, kill the state before the state kills you.